I not only deal with symbiosis, which is the living together of organisms that have common reciprocal benefits, but also more generally on mutualism, which is the interaction of things even when they are not living together. Not only it's important because we are ourselves having mutualism with wheat, cotton, silkworms, cotton, animals of various kinds, but also we have inside ourselves microbes, and on our skin microbes, the so-called microbiota, which we rely on to perform correctly our functions. Like, for example, some microbes on my skin, like yeast, Malassezia, are defending myself against proliferation of Staphylococcus aureus, which I do carry. As long as I have Malassezia as well, I'm not ill. This is more generally the story of dependency, or being living, being alive for any organism is to be dependent on what you eat, what protects you, what interacts with you. Of course there are bad interactions, but we were too much thinking of negative interactions and fighting against some herbs which don't want, some microbes, and we didn't realize that we also positively depend on other things. And when we take that into account, then you can imagine a new ways of defending ourselves, producing, being efficient. That's the new continent open to us. Dependency as a way to act. If we don't destroy the biodiversity we rely on, of course.
So actually the thing is that I think it's not that we can adapt or we should adapt, it's that we have to understand that we cannot adapt if we lose what we think we will lose. If we lose that much of biodiversity that is in danger, we cannot adapt and we cannot survive. We have to understand how much we deeply depends on biodiversity on many aspects and also on economics, but also for our health, our survival, everything, and that we have to understand that we need to change. We need to change to avoid the global changes that are coming, to avoid that they have become too strong that we cannot adapt.
It's very important to take care of microbes because first, they are everywhere. It is estimated by some people that 90% of the biomass on Earth, probably more than 95% of the species on Earth are microbes. Microbes is everything we don't see. So we've been overlooking, by focusing on plants and animals, that we are surfing on an ocean of microbes. We did handle a bit the bad ones, with medicine, for example, or with pesticides for agriculture, but what we did overlook is that they can help us. They do help us already in our microbiota, as I just mentioned. So taking them into account is having more relevance toward where we are living. But it's also the promise of something we didn't explore, of methods, way of producing. For example, I know microbes that can produce paper for wood without any toxic byproducts. Of course, they are a bit more expensive to use, but the outcomes in terms of pollution are lower. So it's the promising to people to have new ways of doing better the same things as before. And this is this promising issue that I would like everyone to kiss, because it is a sleeping beauty. And please stop letting them sleeping in our ignorance.
So yeah, biodiversity may seem more abstract than, for instance, climate change. We understand climate change as global warming, more floods, more droughts, but actually all these floods, these extreme events, actually they are mitigated by biodiversity, and that we still don't maybe always understand. But so, for example, when there are more floods, when the houses are full of water, so it's of course it's because of climate change and global warming, but it's also because of biodiversity loss, because we have made disappear all the wetlands that used to retain water when there was too much water, and that gave back the water when there were drought. So part of what we see about climate change, it's mitigated by biodiversity. And if we lose biodiversity, for instance, the global warming will be much higher because, for instance, forests, they store CO2 and also other sort of ecosystem, even the ocean store CO2. And we estimate, for example, that without all this CO2 storage by forest and ocean, the global warming would have been already like 1 or 2 degrees higher than it's actually that is happening.